Hi, it's Priscilla from Priscilla's Paper Crafts. I posted this card the other day on my Facebook page. I've had a ton of questions about how do you make a fractured card. So let's go over to my craft station and I'll show you how. Okay, we're back. So here we are with the fractured card for Christmas. And today we're going to make another one, but we're going to do it for autumn. We're going to be using the Autumn Leaves stamp set with the Autumn Leaves dies. Beautiful set, and we're going to be using the All About Autumn Designer Series paper. So let's start with the things that you need in order to make these cards. First up, we've got a piece of, this is copper clay, but you can use any color cardstock that you want, but you're going to cut it to 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2, just regular card. Then we're going to use a piece of designer paper. This one comes from the All About Autumn paper pack, and you're going to cut that one to 4 by 5 1/4. And then for underneath that, you're going to take a neutral piece, whatever color you want, doesn't matter, whatever coordinates. I'm going to be using Very Vanilla. And you want to cut this slightly less than 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to end up putting this one on top of it. And in order to get it lined up just right, it's a little bit easier if it's a tiny bit smaller than your top piece. Not critical, but I cut mine to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, so it just gives me a little bit of wiggle room around the outside. Then we're going to be using the Stylish Shapes dies. And you're going to use the second and third largest dies from this set. And finally, you need some strips of paper that this is for the double fractured card. You need some strips of paper that coordinate with your designer paper, coordinating colors, and you're going to cut them to 3/16 of an inch wide. Very tiny, but they're going to work out really well that way. So let me push this aside and show you how we're going to get started. I am not actually cutting today because I'm going to, I'm assuming you all know how to cut cardstock with your dies. So you're going to start with your piece of paper here, your designer paper, and you're going to line your square die up. This is the larger one, and you want it to be centered. I use grid paper, so I make sure that my lines are going this way and that it's even. And so when you get that cut, it's going to look like this. And now we're going to take that piece of Very Vanilla or your coordinating cardstock, and this is the reason I like it just a little bit smaller. I'm going to take my smaller square, and I'm going to line that up in the center. And again, I want the corners to all match, like so. I will run this piece through the die cut, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, so that it comes out looking like this. And you will have a little square in the middle, save that. Now we're going to go ahead and line this up. And this is the reason I like it a little bit smaller for the bottom piece. I want to get these lined up just right. So I'm going to make sure that my corners are all matching. And once I have that, I'm going to take a tiny bit of liquid glue just to get me started. And I do this. It's quite a blob. It's a new glue. And I'm going to do the same here. One up here. And finish this off. Like that. Now it's time to bring in your strips. You're going to want liquid glue for this part. Now we're going to start layering our strips. Pick which color you want. I'm going to do my pink, my Moody Mauve one on the inside. And you're going to start layering these this way, right? Put it right up next to your paper. But you don't bring this up into the very top corner. You bring it up to where this corner meets this corner. So it goes like right there, like that. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. Again, this is why I like the liquid glue, but I don't want so much of it that it's blobbing all over the place. So I'm going to start up at that corner there, but not all the way in the top corner, and run it right down here. Butt it right up next to your paper. Now, for me, the easiest thing to do is to rotate this. Now I'm going to take my next color and then my next strip, same one. I'm again starting in the same place, not all the way in the corner, but where the two inside corners meet. And I'll put some more glue here. Butt that right up, like so. I rotate it again. I'm going to start here, do the same thing. Rotate one more time with my last strip. And this one's going to actually run right from here, right off the page. So it's going to be a longer one. Like so. Then you take your next color. Doesn't matter where you start this time, but you're going to butt that right up to my Moody Mauve color here and run that down here. So I'm going to do this, speed this up a little bit for you so you don't have to watch me do all, you have to listen to me do all of this. Once you have all of your strips in place, gotta grab my scissors, flip your card over and just trim them off. I'm not trimming to the vanilla, I'm trimming to my designer paper. Oops, except that one got a little bit more there. So that's the basics of the fractured card. Once you have all of your strips out of the way, we're ready to put the card together. This is going to go on here. Now when I cut the vanilla, I kept my little square from the center. And the reason I like to do the same color is because you see, we're right there, it's a tiny bit off. You're going to see a little bit of that vanilla underneath there. But if I take this and put it in, it pretty much disguises that. And this will fit right inside your square. I took mine and I ran it through my exposed brick embossing folder. I had to do this twice because I ran it through this way and realized, well, that's not going to look good if the bricks are sideways. So make sure if you're going to do that, do it on the diagonal. So this will fit right inside that square. And if you had any of the color that was showing, you're not gonna see it. There you go. And to finish off, I've got a leaf that I cut with the dies, and I use one of the pieces of the copper paper. The All About Autumn paper has copper highlights, foil highlights, really pretty. So I just use those for the veins of the leaves. And there, look how pretty. And I just stamped the I Am Thankful from the stamp set and flagged the end. And there you go. So 2 fractured cards for the upcoming holidays. I hope you like that. Please visit me at Priscilla's Paper Crafts on Facebook and at blogspot.com. Thanks so much for watching.